Salam alaikum, kif halek, kifakum shlonek, shalom, I'm Israel Chai. Bonjour, buongiorno, saludos, oladag, haj, berev, yak shemash. Je suis Ali, Anna Alex. I am the CEO of Orca Oshi Capital Management. Shout out to my partner Ronnie, BTS. And an electronic dance music DJ. And so before we begin, since everyone has now become a Middle Eastern expert about a conflict they have no idea about, I figured let me just shift the focus to Americas. An American first, I would like to point some things out, but we're going to obviously go macro. And because I have such pervasively awful ADHD, I made sure to write things down, starting with the macro to the micro. Grab a pen and paper. If you have a photographic or audiovisual memory, you're going to probably want to remember some of these statistics, or maybe not. So anyway, or you could just tell me to go fuck myself. Like the candidate Nikki Haley. Fun fact for those who don't know, Nikki Haley, Nick Haley translates to go fuck yourself or fuck this. Nikki Haley, that is her name translated in Arabic. So there you go. We all learn something new every day. With that said, China and Saudi Arabia agreed to a 3-year currency swap worth $7 billion. Middle Eastern countries look to shift non-oil trade away from the dollar. Now, I saw this headline on Bloomberg, and the first thing I thought to myself was, and yes, I am wearing Uggs. Do not shame me. It is cold. Very cold. Thought to myself was, doesn't our Federal Reserve do this? And then I checked. Federal Reserve has standing liquidity swap lines in place since October of 2013. Bank of Canada, England, Japan, Central Bank, and Swiss National Bank. So I found that to be a unique headline, being that we do that as well. All right, so let's do an America wellness check, especially when it comes to debt. Let's see, are we doing well or no? We're the largest debtor nation. So let's see, credit card debt, $1.06 trillion plus. Average car cost, $51,000, and we have 30,000 repos a day. So hold steadfast and remain close to God, and you might be able to get a really great deal at auction. Average income, $34,000. The average new home, I keep seeing anywhere from $390 to $410, and it keeps talking about the housing price decline from October to November, but pending the source. So that's why I wanted to give a range. Let's keep going. The 30-year fixed is in the 7 percentile, 7 point something. And I would argue this would be normal, except we have so much debt and this is not a solid economy. I would argue we're in a recession, and by the time they say recession, we will be in an actual depression. My personal thought, don't come for me. The average the foreclosures are up 15% year to date. It's almost like I was correct when I predicted this housing market wasn't sustainable. Wow. Who knew? 30,000 auto repos. 1 in 15 Americans have alternative financing for their homes. Subprime lending is not a good thing, you all. I was blackout drunk during 2008, and I still understand that it's not a good thing. Also, I do not know how this does not get flagged. Someone please let me know. I cannot watch any YouTube videos at all. Everybody, the Federal Reserve does not print the money. The Treasury does. The Federal Reserve holds assets in the New York Fed, SOMA. And I don't know why I have to repeat the truth, but I get so triggered hearing this from luxury branded degreed economists that have not been correct like once. But then again, I have no words, and I don't know why it's never flagged as misinformation or disinformation. However, it is. So balances on home equity lines of credit increased by $9 billion. Auto loan balances rose by $13 billion and now stand at $1.6 trillion, and it's grown. We've surpassed 2011. We are breaking some records here in America, and not in a great way. I mean, yeah, yikes. How do I comment to that other than non dependent vis and descentis pre pour les jeunes dans Amérique? Outstanding student loan debt increased by $30 billion and stood at $1.6 trillion at the end of Q3. In October, 37.6 of homes, active listing prices had a reduction. 44 million Americans in poverty, which is just awful, being that we're supposed to be a first world country superpower. 25% of Americans have food insecurity. And fun fact, and I'm just equating this based on population size, India, based on population size, has less homeless people than America. Fact check the out of me. You will find this to be true. So take that for what it's worth. And just fun fact, because I keep seeing people talk about quantitative tightening, easing, accusing the Fed of doing this or not doing that. Let me give you all information for free, since I guess college doesn't teach everybody this. Or maybe the Ivy Leagues, I don't know. Each week, the Federal Reserve, at its balance sheet, it's typically on a Wednesday afternoon. I can't believe this is in my notes, but this is for free, guys. Around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, they post their quantitative tightening and they post the balance sheet, if you will. And right now, as of November 22nd, the Fed assets are $7.8 trillion for quantitative tightening. For those that don't think the Fed is at all, they literally post it on their website. You just do read. I know that might seem like a pastime, and I don't think the Federal Reserve website has an Audible yet, but even if it did, would people really use it? Probably not. More student loan borrowers are filing for bankruptcy to offload debt, and discharging student loan debt and bankruptcy on the rise. 800,000 just got theirs canceled today, I saw. So I thought I would throw that caveat in there. China is stockpiling gold. Are we shocked? No, but what do they know that we do not? I mean, the amount of gold they've stockpiled, I can't get the proper digits in my head. So 25% of this I find unique. 25% of American credit card holders. I believe that's 568 million credit cards. I think that's the proper thing without looking at all of my notes, because if I just... So I think 568 million credit cards. Our population, I believe, is what? 330 million? This seems unhealthy. We have more plastic credit. We talk. Where are my environmentalists that give a damn about pollution? Let's start there. How about fiscal responsibility can save the environment? Because that's a hell of a lot of plastic. Am I wrong? Maybe. What the fuck? 568 million credit cards and 25% of people have not paid off their last year Christmas shopping? Oh mon Dieu, what in the world? 23%, I found this just, as someone that has a skill set as an influencer, this just to be embarrassing. 23% of people plan to make a purchase based off of social media influencers. Wow, okay. 401k balances have shrunk for hardships, which sucks. Hardship withdrawals is the term they're using. Yeah, I did put the 468 million. Yeah, 1 in 5 people are going to apply for a credit card to holiday shop. You all stop it. Just be greedy, or I don't know. Put the Christ back in Christmas. There we go. As a Jesus-loving Jew, I feel like I can say that and get away with it. A cashew, to be exactly that, Catholic Jew. But I can't... Not to mention, consumers are facing a widespread of loan delinquencies. Credit card delinquencies rose 21 basis points, almost 3% in the third quarter. Highest level since 2012. Again, here we go, reaching some milestones of the highest cents, but not in a good way. Not like, yikes. And we're still purging over 200,000 jobless claims plus a week. So we're purging millions of jobs, and that doesn't include gig workers, etc. That's people that qualify for unemployment. So depending on the state law, I mean, obviously the numbers are not reliable. Change my mind, by all means, always. Cyber Monday sales. Oh, one of my favorite topics, buy now, pay later, something that I have no idea how it still exists, but it somehow does. It is subprime lending, and I am shocked that it still exists. It still exists. Like, I honestly thought it was a joke when I learned about buy now, pay later. 12.4 billion. I could cry. Buy now, pay later has accounted for 7.3 of online spending from Cyber Monday. You all, this is haram. This should be illegal, because 40% of people are missing their payments anyway. according to sources. And by the way, you guys can fact check the fuck out of me. I didn't just make these stats up. 27% of people are using buy now, pay laters to bridge loans between paycheck to paycheck. We've got the top 5 banks and with commercial mortgage-backed securities, and Bank of America, Wells, Charles Schwab, JP Morgan, and Truist. I can't help but laugh. Commercial mortgage-backed securities, you all. The commercial real estate right now is in a depression. Like, I mean, and I love 99% discounts, right? But tightening lending restrictions, I'm guessing is happening, but I mean, if it's not already. Just to put in perspective, think about how the average person, so if you're in finance, you know how to either phone a ultra high net worth individual, you know, get a secure lending from like private equity. You have options. So if the top are not able to tap into certain debt that average American would not ever, if people are saying hard no, I love you, but no. So that's something we should look at and say, well, if the top can't tap into liquidity for emergency bailouts by private sector, then that means the government's probably going to bail them out and the middle class is going to be fucked. Am I right? It's almost like our system. I'm not even going to say it because I love our system. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to my people that work at the Federal Reserve and work in government. I love you all. Anna Habak. I'm just trying to get through this without like crying and laughing at the same time. But I do want to talk about Israeli government bonds as proud Jewish Israeli girl. Can you all stop fucking pretending that you're buying Israeli government bonds in solidarity with the Jews, okay? Stop it. I am not giving any financial advice, but hypothetically, allegedly, do not ever invest, quote, air quotes, in something for the fuck's sake of solidarity. Get the fuck out of here. You all want the 5.15% Jubilee bond from 2 years that yields a 5.15. Come on. This actually, though, fun fact, isn't it interesting that after we crashed the bond market in America, a couple weeks later, first Israel, I believe what did I write down? 1 billion raised in 4 weeks of Israeli government bonds since October 7th. It's a massive surge of buying. Take it how you will. Warren Buffett and Larry Silverstein, Google Lucky Larry, were touting Israeli government bonds back in 2018. And they are good, solid investments, just in the name of solidarity as such. We'll just say you want to profit off war. I mean, there's nothing wrong with longing Lockheed, Raytheon, General Dynamics. Hypothetically, allegedly, it's not like I did that. The money, you know, it's not like I took advantage of the military industrial, like at all. Hypothetically, allegedly. Just a reminder as well, put a VPN on your phone, and if you watch porn, there's a very good chance you could get keystroke logged because, yeah. So anybody doing that, make sure to protect your phone. Even China's bank was cyber attacked a few weeks back, and that didn't make the news, and I found that to be pretty fucking profound. So, Anna Habak, Shatim Teamo, Bisu Besu Bachi. I love you all. Thank you all for checking in. It's been a weird time as a Jew in America. It feels like what I would equate, and I hope that I say this with sincerity so people understand, when you lose so many Israelis, it feels like I would equate it to what people might feel like after a high school shooting. You might know someone, their family, classmates, that type of bond, that type of vibe. And so yeah, it's been very unique. And of course, the death threats daily, and even on LinkedIn, which is really shocking, but okay. So I love you all, and I will be back soon. Also DJing. So Anna, back to Tiamo. I'm out, and you all that are adding me on Snapchat, somehow, if you work for Snapchat, hit me up, because we have maxed out my friend list. And so I deleted my Instagram, not deleted it, deactivated it. I haven't reactivated it, but if I'm not added you back on Snapchat, please don't be offended. My friends list is full. So if you work for Snapchat, how do we undo that? I don't even know how many friends I have, but quote unquote too many. It says, Alex, you have too many friends, which I'm like, I feel like I have no friends. So I love you all. Thank you. And I have back Shatem Te Amo Bisu Besu Bachi. Alex out.